Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 and another part of this series where we are with Tottenham Hotspur at the moment, and at the end of the last episode we had managed to just about squeak through 4-1, so a little bit better than, not 4-1, 3-2 on aggregate. It was a squeak through, I don't know what I'm saying. It took extra time, 114th minute goal from David Neres, giving us the win and taking us through to a Champions League quarter-final against Manchester City, which is very much needed. Now, in the interim, we did play in an FA Cup quarter-final against Leeds, where the game looks much closer than it was. We had 43 efforts, 20 on target, and yet it finished up 3-2. This was a classic case of Football Manager, but we did at least manage to get the win. You can see Fati attacking straight through the heart of the Leeds defence and getting the goal. He's been a major impact since we brought him in. And Berre then whipping the ball into Esposito. He found Kane. Esposito again, such a significant impact on the team. Well worth the huge transfer fee we paid. Gomez pulled one back for Leeds, 24 minutes on the clock when he did that. Ruben Dias then picked out Esposito, who got his own goal. The keeper maybe should have kept that one out, but it did manage to squeak past him. And then finally Leeds, trying the late fight back, they got the goal here with half an hour to go. A very good goal from Gomez, but they weren't able to see it through, and it did finish 3-2 for us, and we have booked ourselves a place in the FA Cup semi-finals against Chelsea, so that's going to be a tough one for us to try and get past. But we then took on Watford in the league, and our league form continues to do very well because we have been resting players for league games against teams that aren't maybe as significant. So this game we did have our best players out there. Gonçalves with the throw-in came to David Neres and he managed to score. It wasn't our entire best 11. We didn't have Fati in there, and some of the defence was changed around as well, and Nyangbo took advantage of that to make it 1-1. And that was just before half-time. But on the hour mark, David Neres really making a claim for a first team start on a regular basis by scoring again to make it 2-1, and we just managed to tie it up with a ball in which Esposito hit over the line to make it 3-1. So a nice victory in that game. It got even better against Sheffield United. I was a little bit worried because this was a full rotation of the team, so at the end of the first half, when we went in at half time, I was a little bit concerned by the fact it was 0-0, but a long throw comes to Xerxes, and I'm so glad to see him scoring goals again as he put that one in for us. Fati then attacking down the left flank, cut inside, beautiful finish, again showing why we paid the money we did for him. And then Butman over the top to Fati, he pulled it across, and Andre with the easy finish, another almost forgotten striker in the club, alongside Xerxes, who made it 3-0. So we did really well to win both of those games, and if we look at the Premier League, you can see we are at the top and we have a game in hand. So this is absolutely massive because it's so tight. It is a 3-horse race now with 6 games to go. United aren't going to close a 5-point gap against 3 teams, so it's a 3-horse race for the title. Chelsea trying to win back what they'd won 3 years in a row before we came along, and Manchester City trying to get back on top of the perch for the first time in a long time. So we're in a great position, but today it is all about the Champions League. Manchester City, one of our title rivals, are our opposition. We're going to have the home and away games, starting with the home leg in this episode, and we've got Esposito and Kane up top with Fati and Ambere on the wings, Bellingham and Daniel in the middle, Bernard, Diaz, Lorenzo and Luzala in defence with Onana in goal. It's an extremely strong team. Defence, I still think we just need to get at least one more world-class centre-back, but they're so hard to find. The last few clubs I've been at, it's been so hard to find decent centre-backs. We're lucky to have Ruben Dias. But you can see Bastoni and Upamecano, both players that I thought about signing once upon a time. They're at Man City now. It'd be hard to take them away, but they're not natural central defenders. They're both ball-playing defenders, and that's a bit of a liability when we don't play in that style because they aren't natural in the full central defender role. But the rest of their defence, Okafor and Bellerin, I think are potentially exposable, although Okafor's having a good season. Ederson in goal, Arthur in midfield, alongside Camacho and Silva. Silva's so dangerous in this game. Sterling as well, a very good player out on that left flank. They've got Juan Carlos in, who's got a 7.5, and Lautaro Martinez. So they are dangerous in absolutely every single position. But we do have a decent record against Manchester City, and we're going to be hoping that we can keep our own record going here in these big games. We really want a Champions League win with Tottenham if we can get it. And Ambere's corner comes to Ruben Dias, but it's just gone over the crossbar. Would have been enormous if we'd got an early goal like that at the start of this two-legged time. We might still. Bellingham on the attack, goes to the wing but can't even hit the target in that position. He would have been better off squaring it. Another corner, Ambere in, cleared away, back out to Ambere on that far flank. He comes across the middle. Now Ruben Dias, Bernard over the top, Fati in a good position. He's got Esposito in the middle. No, it's Kane in the middle, and Kane has just put that one over the top of the goal as well. Now Juan Carlos loses the ball. Lazala finds Esposito. He's taken one defender out. He takes another defender out. He goes for goal, and Ederson always going to be the favourite when the angle is that tight. But they're still playing it out across the back despite a very high press, even from goal kicks here. And Okafor, who's got a knock, has the ball. He manages to wriggle his way out of it, and they've got the ball back as well despite just going for the punt down the field. And now as they just try and play the triangles to get past us, they've switched the play out to Bellerin, which is a smart move because he's got pace, he's got space, and Bernard has failed really with that tackle, and luckily we didn't give away a goal or a penalty. The referee's going to go and check this one. I'm 99.99% sure that this won't be a penalty. It looked very clearly outside the box to me, but we'll see what the referee decides to do. You never know with these sort of decisions, but I'm pretty sure we're okay here. And he has given a penalty. So sometimes that 0.1% is true. I don't understand how that was a penalty, and Lautaro Martinez not only has given Man City the lead in this game, he has given them an away goal. And I can't understand how that was a penalty. That looked outside the box by a mile to me. I might actually go and rewind to that because I'm still scratching my head to understand how that could possibly be a penalty. Let's see what happened. So Bellerin attacked down the right. The ball came to Juan Carlos. There was Sterling on the edge. That's not in the box. That's absolutely not in the box. There's no way that's in the box. Absolutely no way that can be thought of as in the box. That's absolute daylight robbery. I would be going absolutely spare in front of the cameras after the game from that. Bernardo puts the ball in, and we're under pressure now. We've conceded a goal. The players are probably furious about this. But all we can do is play what's in front of us. We can't influence the referee. Maybe Man City, backed by a nation state, can influence the referee. We can't. So we just need to play well here. Onana puts the ball forward. Ansu Fati with it. Finds Harry Kane. He's in behind. And Ederson with a very good save. That's really frustrating. You'd expect Kane to get the goal there, but he wasn't able to do it. We do have a corner though, and Bere's in. And it's another stop from Ederson, who, alongside Alisson, they are the two keepers that I think have denied us the most in this series. Esposito's header on, cleared out to Bellingham. Now Fati. Tackle goes in. That better be a penalty. He's going to check the screen. If that isn't given to a penalty, I really am going to go absolutely spare. And I'm going to find this referee in real life. Even if he is a regen, I'll find a way. I'll find someone with the same name. But he's coming back from the screen here. And he has given a penalty. So it's 1-1 on penalties. But can we make it 1-1 on the score sheet? Harry Kane missed a great chance, or had a great chance saved. What does he do here? He gets a goal. We're back on terms. Man City still with the advantage because of that away goal. But it is 1-1 now on the night. A very good finish from Harry Kane to bring us back level and that should really get us motivated in the second half. We do go in without conceding a further goal. I think we've been in control of this. We've had the better chances. I'm going to tell the team I'm happy, they're happy, that I'm happy, but Ambere is not happy because he's just got injured. But fortunately, we have a beautiful ready-made replacement in the form of David Neres. I'm going to hope Ambere isn't out for long because he's such a big player for us. Ball goes over. Camacho's got it. Now Okafor. He needs to be exploited, and he has been. Kane has got the ball, and it's saved and then cleared away. Nearly that rebound came to Kane there, but they did manage to clear it away, Man City. Here is a throw from Lozala into the box. Harry Kane to Neres. It's blocked. Kane still got it. It's out to Daniel. Is there a chance? There is. Daniel gets his 10th goal of the season. It felt like there was a goal in that attack, and we have managed to get the finish. All coming from a Lozala throw. Kane down to Neres, this impact substitute nearly doing the job, but Daniel showing why we paid 100 million for him as well, by beating the defender and getting that finish to make it 2-1. Fati, Esposito and Daniel, the three massive signings that we made over the last two transfer windows, all helping us today and in recent games to just keep us in the hunt for titles. As Bellerin puts that across, Lozala's messed it up, and unfortunately that one is a free kick because that was a horror show in the making, and Onana's given the ball away from a goal kick there. We always play it short. I don't know why he punted that. Now Camacho sends it back to Ederson. Kane gives up the chase. It's gone forward to Camacho. They split it out to the left flank with Okafor. He's got that knock. It's back to Camacho. Round the corner for Okafor again. Is he going to do us damage? Juan Carlos gives it away, and now we can counter-attack. We've got Kane free down the right, and he's been picked out by Esposito beautifully, and Harry Kane has made it 3-1, his 17th goal of the season. An assist from Sebastiano Esposito, a crucial assist as well. What a great ball this was. He held onto it for what I thought was a bit too long, but it was actually the perfectly directed and weighted ball in behind the defender, had him spinning in circles to try and catch up with a already on the run Harry Kane, and it's 3-1 as Neres puts this one in. It comes out to Bellingham. Can we pile on the pressure? Neres across. Kane is in there. Esposito's there. He's gone out to Daniel on the right flank. Blocked again. Lorenzo has got it this time, and the chance just comes to an end. But we do seem to just have this game under control. But De Bruyne looking to change that with a free kick. It's cleared away. Now Esposito can counter. He's got Kane in that similar position, and it's the same ball to find Harry Kane for the hat-trick. And Harry Kane, the captain, has done it again. He's made it 4-1. It's a hat-trick in the biggest of games here. After we went 1-0 down against Man City at home, you're only fearing the worst. But that's a carbon copy of the last goal, maybe showing why I didn't sign Bastoni and Upamecano for my team, and instead they went to City, and they have helped us in a roundabout way by allowing themselves to be caught out by an ageing Harry Kane in a foot race to the goalkeeper. As Daniel comes forward again, floodgates are open. Neres' effort a bit too central at Ederson, but the wind is with us. We are forcing this team to retreat, Man City. There's not really much hope of another goal for them, but there is for us as the ball goes in and Rafael Lorenzo joins the scoring with that header. He's made it 5-1. We are definitely heading for the semi-finals because Man City will need to beat us by 4-0 as it stands, and there is still 15 minutes to go. I want the team to keep going here. I'm not going to make changes. It'll just disrupt our rhythm. Maybe if Man City score, I'll bring the fresh legs on because it would make for a slightly tighter game. But right now we're totally in control as Bellerin gets into the box, and I think Bellerin's exactly the kind of player I would want shooting in our box. But now we've got a throw. Bernard from pretty much the corner position is going for the long throw. Esposito's header just goes over the top there, and we aren't quite able to get that extra goal at this point. But 5 minutes to go in this game. Bernard with the long throw into Kane. It comes towards Daniel, but they've cut it out. Bastoni got the cut out there. Now David Neres on the right flank, beats the defender, cuts inside, puts it across, and Esposito's hit the crossbar. That would have been the bow on top of this wonderful performance. But instead, The chance goes begging, and Man City get a late chance as well with that header. Instead, they're facing a counter from David Neres. He's got options. He might do it himself, and instead he chooses to do neither and give the ball away. And Lautaro Martinez has got in behind, and Onana with a very good save there. I thought he'd just pulled himself out of position, but he did manage to make the save low and keep Lautaro Martinez out. So not long left to it. It'd be good if we could get through without conceding. That's the most important thing. Another goal would be wonderful, but it's not coming. But a 5-1 win, a Harry Kane hat-trick. That is Champions League football at its absolute best for Tottenham. So a really, really good performance there. And I am tempted to, instead of doing this second Champions League quarter-final, instead just go on to the Chelsea match and show the FA Cup semi-final, because this looks like a pretty much foregone conclusion after that game. If we do concede a few goals and it's looking nervy, I can turn the recording on and just pick up in that City game. But otherwise, I think following that absolute rampant win, we just need to move on to the Chelsea match and see if we can win the FA Cup. Well, there's some good news and some bad news going into this FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea. Now, obviously, the good news is I didn't need to jump into that Man City game and show you the emergency that was unfolding. But the bad news is we're coming in with a slight blow to our confidence, because we did manage to lose 5-2 against Man City. We also had a nervy game against Swansea. Obviously, we'd rotated players in and out to try and rest people for the two big games against City and then Chelsea. So, playing every 2 days for games on end at this point was never going to work well. But this was their first of only 2 efforts in the game. Ballon had come in to give Diaz a rest, missed the tackle, and Serra managed to get a goal. Fortunately, in the first half, we did the damage. Neres winning the ball, finding Xerxes, and he continues his fine goal-scoring form with that goal in the league. Sazao then cutting in from the right flank, played it over, Andre down to Greenwood, back to Andre, who hammered it home. So Xerxes and Andre proving that they are more than capable of filling in for Kane and Esposito. But then against Man City, I thought I've got to put the strongest team out there possible. It's still a really, really big game. One major blow here is that Harry Kane got an injury, so he's going to miss a few games, including the semi-final. But to start off with, 10 minutes on the clock, Sterling steals the ball, runs through, gets the opening goal. So we won 5-1 in the first leg. That makes it 5-2. Fatty then settles the nerves with a beautiful individual run and finish. Worth every penny, Ansu Fati, and he proved it there with that goal. But then we really started to fall apart. Arthur out to Bellerin, he pulls it back, and Lautaro Martinez makes it 2-1 on the night, so they need 3 more. Bernardo then whips a corner in, which Camacho scores. Half an hour gone, they've got 3 of the 5 they need. 80th minute, Camacho out to Okafor, ball put across, and Boadu scores. They need 1 more to force extra time. This is where I was about to turn the camera on. Fortunately, 2 minutes later, we settle the nerves. Bernard putting it across, and David Neres gets a goal that gives us the away goals advantage as well. At that point, we'd both scored 1 away goal each. This left them needing 3 more. Bernardo got another one, 92 minutes on the clock, but they weren't able to get the additional 2 they needed. It finished 7-6 on aggregate, an absolute classic in the Champions League. And it means that we do get a Champions League semi-final against Roma. Now, what I love most is it's Man United and Lazio in the other one. So Lazio second in Serie A, Roma first in Serie A, and Manchester United obviously in 4th in the Premier League. This is a massive opportunity for us to win another Champions League title. Last season, we did manage to lose out. Man City beating us and then going on to beat PSG in the final, losing my run of 3 straight Champions League titles across 2 clubs. This would be my 4th Champions League title with my 3rd club, so really important that we do everything we can to make the most of this excellent opportunity. Now, against Chelsea in the FA Cup, we still need to win this competition as well. Esposito is going to start up top. Xerxes done well, filling in for Kane and Esposito. So with Kane being out injured, he's out for a couple of weeks, which is a real blow. Xerxes comes in. Fatty and Greenwood will take the places out on the wings, with Bellingham and Daniel in the middle. Bernard, Kenner, Diaz and Sazao in defence. The team's reasonably fresh for this game, so I'm not too worried about fitness, but I am worried that 5-2 defeat could be a real blow to our confidence, especially when you're taking on Erling Haaland, Kai Havertz and Jadon Sancho. They are a dangerous attacking trio. The rest of the team I'm not too worried about, but that front three can do absolute damage, and that's what we really need to protect ourselves against in this semi-final. So in the final, I think the teams we can play are Liverpool and Man City. It's a really tough Final Four in the FA Cup this season. But Fatty here plays it over to Daniel. Can we make the first breakthrough? Ball's run to Xerxes. He's got Esposito with him. He plays it out to Cesar, which was an odd choice. It's back to Fatty. Cleared away. Bernard should take control of that loose ball and does. And then just dillies on it for too long. Bellingham over to Daniel. Could have a shot. Instead he tries to go wide and he's given the ball away, which is unlike Daniel. And Sancho now trying to do that damage I was mentioning. That was a very risky tackle. It didn't stop the chance, so maybe a penalty would have been a better decision in that point, because they have gone, and it's Jean-Christophe Bonny, the one player out of their front four that I didn't mention, who has gone and got the goal, but really the damage was done by Sancho. He tore the defence apart, skipped a tackle, whipped it across the 6-yard box, and he gave Chelsea the lead with his great play in that build-up. And once again, we have to come back in a big game. Bernard with the throw on. Xerxes to Fatty. Why didn't Xerxes have the header on goal? He does that time, hits the post. And again, we just can't force that ball over the line and into the back of the net. We're getting very close, though. It's just not quite working for us. Maybe if we had Harry Kane up, he could have done it. He is the big game player that really supports us in these massive games, and we are missing him today. Tielemans to Barella. Bellingham with a beautiful tackle. Now Daniel, he needs to find the right pass this time. He's looking to go himself and he's giving the ball away. He's not having the best of times of it today so far, but Greenwood has got it after Esposito's tackle, and Daniel just denied by Donnarumma there, who's a very good goalkeeper, of course, so he's going to be a real challenge to get past, but we do need to find a way today. This chance still not over. Woba being ganged up on, but gets out of the position, and he's released Erling Haaland in behind, and he's clinical, but Onana is a decent keeper and manages to deny Haaland the chance of doubling Chelsea's lead. But it is still 1-0 to Chelsea as we head in pretty much to half time, and that's really disappointing. I am going to make a quick change at half time, and that's going to be to take Greenwood off and bring on David Neres, who is very much needed in this second half. Greenwood not been great in that first half, a 6.2 rating. David Neres can do real damage out on that right flank, so we'll be hoping he can do that in this game. Might also need to take Daniel off. He was the only real fitness concern going into this game, and it'll be Butman who comes on in the centre. Esposito's free kick to Xerxes. Butman nearly with the immediate impact from the free kick, but not able to get the ball in the back of the net, and it just goes out behind for another corner here. David Neres to take it. We need to get a goal soon, otherwise it's going to be real squeaky bum time. Here's Cesar back to Butman, giving away to Kai Havertz. Not what you want to do. They've got the counter. It's Sancho in behind our defence here. He's not seemingly got the pace anymore, and that's a great tackle in the box to win it back. Tielemans gives it away as well to Butman, who beats the tackle, keeps going. He's got players ahead of him. He's doing it himself, and that's a dreadful finish for a player who can play as a striker and an advanced forward. He should be doing much better with that chance. 25 minutes to go. Here's Butman out to Cesar. Now David Neres trying to come on the attack down the right flank. He's got options. He puts it over the top. It's cleared back to Donnarumma, and with the header the back pass is allowed. Ball thrown out to Tielemans. Goes forward to Sancho. Good tackle there by the fullback Cesar. Now David Neres, who goes himself, and saved by Donnarumma. So 20 odd minutes left to play in this game, and we still trail. I don't have a huge amount of options, I've got to be honest. We're kind of relying on the team that's out there to do this job. There's nobody I can bring on. I'm not going to put Andre on. I don't think he's that much of an upgrade. Xerxes does seem anxious, but we've got 15 minutes left to go to try and save this FA Cup run as Woba puts the ball in We choked a lot last season but managed to win the league. Are we about to choke in the FA Cup this season? Xerxes trying to do something and he's found Esposito. Did we pay enough? Well, we paid too much. It seems to be the impression from that effort. Esposito. Now Sancho. Butman releases Esposito. He goes out wide to Fati. We could do with seeing something from him, and he's charging again into the box. I really thought that was going to dip in that far corner, but it's just gone wide. And we are within 5 minutes of crashing out of the FA Cup at the semi-final stage to Chelsea. This would be a choke as far as I'm concerned. We should be winning this match. Bernard to Butman. Ball out wide. We'll be going out in this match because we didn't score. That's very much our fault. So Zal's ball in and Esposito can't beat Donnarumma with the header at the near post. It wasn't accurate enough. It wasn't close enough to that near post, and it means that it remains 1-0 and that we're probably going to head out of the FA Cup as it stands. Bonney puts the ball out wide to Sancho, who's got there, blocked, back to Sancho to try again. He does, and it's come to Bonney, and there you go. It's 2-0 to Chelsea, and this is over for us this season. We are not going to make the final of the FA Cup, which is extremely disappointing to go out at the semi-final stage. It was always going to be a really tough FA Cup to win. There were so many big teams left in the last four, which we don't often see in the FA Cup, but all the clubs taking it really serious this year and having a very good run, and they could make it even worse for us here as they're still almost toying with us. Now we are playing Chelsea in the league in about a week's time as well, as Bonney tries to get his hat-trick. We do manage to win the ball back. So this is really interesting that we've lost here, because we're going to have to pick ourselves up and get some revenge in the league, because Chelsea are title contenders really this season. So we get £1 million for being knocked out, but not that really matters. I mean, we are top of the league. We were expected to finish in the top half, which I don't understand given we're champions. But we do have a game in hand, but we do have a match against Chelsea. So it's not the end of the world if we lose to Chelsea, but goal difference could suddenly come into play. So it's going to be a little bit of a tough run, I think, going through. Now, what I might do next time is a Chelsea-Roma double-header, because last time, if we do what we did against Man City, that tie could be over, especially being away from home, before we even get to the second leg. And then in the last episode, we'll probably do the Liverpool game to try and win the title, and finish up with the Champions League final. So if you have enjoyed this episode, do drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.